Good evening and welcome back to Sisu to Success. I am your host, Paul Wirtanen, and I was just sitting upstairs thinking, right before I came down here, I was thinking, what if I didn't show up tonight? It is getting rather late. Ugh, had to take some Tylenol, which I've had to take more and more this week because, I think my sinuses still aren't the best right now. I think I'm got a little bit of maybe something left from me not being completely healthy this week. So I got to thinking, you know what? Nobody's going to miss me today if I take another day off. That would actually make 2 days in the same week. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. No matter how much this head is pounding, I'm not going to do that because I have a plan. Now, I know that I'm doing this on a pretty regular basis, and I don't have a lot of views on my channel. Far from it. But what I am doing is building that consistency, building in my mind the consistency I need to succeed in my business. Every time I show up here, I am taking another tick mark off of achieving my goals. Every time. Doesn't mean I really wanted to come down here today and do this. But in my mind, it's like, yeah, go down there and do a recording. You know what? The 14th of December is when I started. Today is the 12th of January. One more day, and I will have completed 30 days of this process. Actually, 31 days? With only one day being missed. I physically feel like sitting up in that chair watching movies. I just finished with Ip Man 4. And now the finale. And now I'm watching a kind of a knockoff Ip Man movie. And I was like, I just finished dinner. I just would love to sit here and do nothing for the evening. It's nice and quiet around the house. The kids are up doing their things in their rooms. I'll probably never see them more than what I've seen them already, and that was just for them to get food. The wife is out of town right now, so it's pretty quiet. I could actually get away with not doing a whole hell of a lot. Just sit there, watching movies, doing whatever I want to do. But then my brain was like, it's like on autopilot. It's like, I don't care if you don't really feel like doing a recording. Get your butt downstairs and do a recording. So, guess what? I am starting with this whole series to just be on autopilot. It is becoming an automatic reaction for me to come down here and record daily. It's interesting to see the progression of habits and of automatic response that your body has. I'm a student of the martial arts. It's interesting that, watching Ip Man, you know, there's a lot to be learned there, but I'm a student of the martial arts. I've studied on and off for, I think we took our first classes in around 2005, 2004. I've been in several different styles. Progression has been slow, but that's unfortunately because we moved to where styles are not present, the certain styles we're studying, and other ones are. And we've moved a lot in the last, last 28 years. Actually, 29 years. Next year will be 30 years that I've been married. We have moved more times than not. Several times around the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, to La Crosse, Wisconsin, to Bangor, Wisconsin, back to La Crosse, to Janesville, Wisconsin, to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now we're back up here in Minnesota, Rochester. And hopefully this is our last stop before retirement. We'll see. So I really haven't been able to settle down on a specific martial arts that I really wanted to study. And the school that I would love to get into, they don't have up here. And in Tennessee, I studied with one of the greatest martial arts teachers probably in the United States for that particular version of martial arts. But we don't have that style of school up here anymore, up here in Minnesota. So, but lo and behold, I'm not really going to be practicing martial arts because of the medications I'm on. It's actually be dangerous for me to be hit like we do when we train in martial arts. But I get to think about it. And what I like about the martial arts is you practice over and over. And not saying I still can't practice as a solo practitioner, but I can. But what I like about what I've learned is the repetition that it takes to make something automatic. There's a lot of people that say, you know what, martial arts, that's not street fighting. You want to learn street fighting, go out in the street and fight. But one thing the martial arts does teach you is muscle memory. You perform certain movements so many times that it just becomes a reaction. Your brain doesn't even know your body's reacting. It takes a second or two to catch up to your body. Just like when I'm sleeping there in the evening, at night, and I'll have a thought, and I'll feel my body jump. My arms will twitch. If I'm thinking about hitting something or whatnot, just that thought will trigger an automatic response in my arm to perform an action. That is powerful. That is your body, you responding without any other prompt. You're an auto drive. You're automatically doing something. That's what I like about martial arts. It teaches you to become a good fighter. Yes, there are so many different styles. Each one has their benefits. And so I'm not going to really sit here and talk about different martial arts and their benefits and stuff like that. But I think they all portray and all have in them the ability to train the body to automatically respond. So if somebody else is punching towards me, I don't have to think that I'm going to block that person. It just becomes an automatic response from my body. That is power. I'm not saying I'm a great martial artist, but that is power. When you can automatically do something without even thinking about it. And that's where I am working at getting your mindset changed to automatically be present, to automatically want to work on your business, on your success, work on those goals that are going to help you achieve your success. I believe just in the 30 days that I've been doing this, I'm starting to automatically be programmed automatically to show up, even if I don't want to. My body is saying, yes, be present, show up, because you have a greater plan for yourself. Sitting in that recliner upstairs is not going to get you even close to achieving your goals, to achieving the success that you want. Showing up when you have a headache and you may not want to be present, but you automatically do it because that is what your body desires to do. When you can achieve that level of commitment, you have added a lot of value to yourself and to what you are trying to accomplish. And think about it. If you're working on a goal and let's say you're doing this for the boss, for a job, you showing up every day and being present for that boss, that's going to show up. That is going to show itself to a boss who is actually paying attention to that. He is going to look at that as a valuable asset to his company. I show up every day to work. Not because I have to. Yes, I need money to put on the food on the table and a roof over my head. I show up every day to work because I desire to. I love helping people. And that's what you can do in the medical field, is help people. I show up whether I have a headache or not. Now, I do take sick days if sick days are warranted for a sickness. But just because I don't feel like showing up, or maybe something's a little off that day with my allergies or whatnot, as long as I'm able to get up out of bed and function with a clear mind, I'm going to be at work. And even with a headache, I can have a pretty clear mind. I have trained myself to do that. I'm training myself to be here, present, and fighting for everything that I want to accomplish in the coming months and years. That is a powerful message for me, for my brain, for my body, to show up, because I am showing myself how dedicated I am to this cause. And I would hope that you would be able to do the same. It's not that you're going to just have no fumbles. You're going to make mistakes. But the way you eliminate those mistakes, the way you become proficient, the way you create the habits, it's by doing it. And if you stumble, you get back up and you do it. You keep going. That is why I like traditional martial arts. Because when you're in a fight, there is no quitting. When you are in a fight, there are winners and there are losers. And I train to win, knowing that I potentially could lose. I also train to win by not even fighting. But I have the knowledge, I have the skill set to be a good fighter. I've learned to fight only when necessary. And I can bring that not just from the dojo, but I can bring that into my job. I can bring it into training rooms at work and be like, this is the dedication that you need for success. I'm bringing that to this channel, and I hope that you guys appreciate this level of understanding, this level of success that I'm hopefully going to guide you to. I can't make you have success, but I can show you the steps that it takes to get there. It's going to be a great journey. It's a wonderful journey. And let's do that together. All right. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. All this really helps that algorithm get me to where I'm trying to go. Hit the notification bell and give me a thumbs up. Where's the camera? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Man, I'm getting bad at this. Thumbs up or thumbs down. If you didn't like something, let me know. What are you doing for consistency? What are you doing when you don't want to show up? What are you doing to be present when you don't want to show up? Let me know in the comments so that we can all give each other a little bit of support. All right. Now, it's time to get back off to the movies. And I will be back here tomorrow evening with another wonderful episode. Sorry, this is kind of not a energetic episode, but we'll be back. We'll be back. Take care and have a wonderful, wonderful night.